Hello, everyone. So today is it's another day that we want to look at EURCAD. So welcome to our TP1 series, where we measure with one asset per day, a high probability asset. So today we are going to look at EURCAD, and we understand that most of the time when we are trading, especially in the forex market, we tend to consider two major factors. The first one being the technical factors. That is where we consider the supply zones and so sorry for the background noise. This is where we consider the supply zones, given the demand areas on the chart. The second analysis is where we consider the economic factors using the economic calendar. So we look at the economic factors that may affect that particular asset that you are trading for that particular day. Now with EURCAD, if we consider both, I will say that today we are going to consider technical factors, considering that we don't really have economic factors that are really going to affect the EURCAD trades. So today is on a Tuesday, on 14th May. So we don't have any major events, any major economic events that are going to affect the euro or the Canadian dollar. The only events that we have, they are for US, that is the core PPI, the core producer price index, and the producer price index, month-over-month data at around 3:30. Then at 5 p.m., we are going to have Fed, that is Chair Powell, giving some statement. Of course, we are expecting US inflation tomorrow, so he will touch some few things on maybe the expectations from the inflation data. So that one might tend to affect the market, but again, it won't be a direct effect on the EURCAD. So with that, then we can consider the technical factors on of this particular asset. Now, with that, I will say that EURCAD has formed a ceiling. That is, we have a zone that has not been broken for the better part of this year. Actually, from January, we can say that EURCAD has not been able to break this particular zone, a range of prices. So this range of prices tends to give us the supply. So you can see this is January, around January this year. So we didn't break this area. We were back at these highs. So these are the highs that have been tested severally from March till now. And we can see the kind of supply that we are having from that particular area. So that's why we said that we have a ceiling on this area where we tend to see some supply. So most of the time when we are doing analysis, we mostly identify there is a demand and a supply in the market. So we have our supply, which is visible to everyone. And then for a demand, we can also talk of this particular zone here. So with EURCAD, it's more like a sideways market. So let me expand it this way. Good. So with EURCAD, it's more of a sideways market where we have these common highs and we also have these common lows. And now we are back at the ceiling of the chart. Now, according to how the prices have been behaving, then it will be technically correct to look for potential sells back to the previous low. So according to how the prices have been behaving, we can see that the moment we get at this area, the better part of this year, we have been having sells. And since today we don't have some major economic factors that might bring maybe breakouts, then we might look for this particular asset to obey that particular zone, since we have enough supply at this area. So again, those are potential sells, and this is a higher time frame, which is a daily time frame. So I'll consider to go to a 4-hour time frame to look for reversal patterns at this area so that I can take sales. I remember this has been a ceiling, but again, it can be broken. Now, for you to take that trade, you need to have particular confirmations according to your strategy that yes, we are unable to break this zone, then we can execute our sales. If you don't see that the presence of sellers along that area, then taking those cells will be more of a low probability trade. So what we'll do, we'll go to a 4-hour time frame, and on that is a slightly lower time frame. So on this slightly lower time frame, I already have my uh, supply area, and I already have my demand area. But again, I can identify a channel. I can identify a channel, if you can see. So on a 4-hour, we can see that, sorry. So on a 4-hour, we can see that EURCAD again has been forming more of a channel to the upside. So where it has been obeying this particular trend line. Okay. So we have been having demand at that area. And again, we have been having some supplies along this area, forming a channel back to the upper, back to the supply, to the major supply that we have. And this is where we are. So at the moment, we saw a strong supply, okay, from the trend line and again from the key supply area. And we can see the kind of a strong bearish momentum that we had. Started from this year, from this point, last week on Wednesday, after the US oil or even the US oil inventories. So we saw a strong Canadian dollar, a slight retest, and then a very strong move. That is after on Friday, after the Canada employment data was positive. So from there, of course, after a strong push, we do expect a retest, and that retest has been back to the key supply area. So after getting to this supply area, we can still see the presence of sales at that point. So according to me, with the general or even with the key supply that we have, with the trend line that we have here, I will be looking for sales on EURCAD back to this trend line. Okay, so my first target should be at this trend line. You can see still this demand here. So that will be the first target. Then if we break that one, remember I still have to obey this one. If we break this one, then I can have the next target here. And still, if we break that one, I can continue having the next target until we get to the previous demand. So according to the technicals, I will be looking for sales from this area. And after executing sales on these areas, this should be the first target. And the best stop loss to have should be above this week. So that if these prices breaks above this zone, then it means this supply area probably is weakening or it's unable to hold the prices. And again, at that point, I will not be interested again with those sales. So the best stop loss, according to me, should be above this zone, which is still above this week here. Of course, if you have a bigger account, probably you can extend it slightly to these highest prices. But for risk management purposes, I can have it just above this zone, so that if it breaks there, then I'm no longer interested with the trade. And then, as I said, I will be looking for potential sales from this area. So this should be the first target. And after breaking this point, then we'll continue with the other targets. That is after even violating this channel that we have. So that is the high probability trade for today that I'll be looking for, considering that we don't really have economic factors. So I'll be expecting more on the technicals to play out. So guys, that is it for today. I do appreciate your time. Kindly remember to share and subscribe and even like the video. So if you have any query, as always, you can inbox me. So thank you. You have a nice day. You have a profitable day ahead. Remember to apply risk management whenever you are ready. So thank you.